Hey pretty lady, we are the Style Sisters. I am Esther.
And I am Sarah. And we are doing a training video today for Agnes and Dora reps all about inventory management and ordering.
For our team, we do training videos a couple of times a week on various topics. We have been asked to share some of those videos on YouTube for other reps, and this may apply to you if you're in other direct sales companies as well, just depending on the structure. But we wanted to give you some good information, like Sarah said, about ordering. That is one of the biggest questions that we get. How do I know what to order? How do I manage my inventory? Because many of the reps that are on our team and that we know have come from other companies or are brand new, and it's just a totally different experience. So we just wanted to give some insight to answer some of those questions about how to manage your inventory and what your boutique will be like.
Yes. Talk about managing your inventory. So this is really fun and great, but it can be super overwhelming too. Exactly. The first place that I would start is to look at your current inventory. Physically look at, because I know you're constantly looking online and looking at the party site and things, but for you to physically go through each and every piece and look at it and make a mental picture or note of the color and kind of keep in mind what things would match and things like that, that is a really good place to start.
So along the lines of checking your inventory by hand, it is important that you go through your entire inventory at least once a month. That's what we recommend to our team. And actually make sure that everything you have is in the party site and everything in the party site is something you have. The really cool thing about the party site is that it does prevent you from overselling. It takes a lot of the burden off of managing your inventory with photos and things like that, but it's still important to double check because we are humans, we all make mistakes, and when you are selling in home and shipping out and all of those things, sometimes something can get missed. So to avoid the embarrassment of overselling or not having something that you're supposed to have, just make sure that you actually go through your inventory and physically double check it. And it takes a while. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a quick process, but it's worth it, and it saves you a headache later on frantically trying to find something that you were supposed to have to begin with.
The boutique is at my house, so just for me to have the peace of mind that I know that if I go downstairs and pull an order, it's actually going to be there, is worth the hour or two that it takes to go through everything every month or 6 weeks or so.
So the next thing is, and I know that Agnes and Dora is working to make this much easier for us, and they're doing a fabulous job, product life cycle. So like I said, I know that this is something that's kind of in progress, but it's important, so important, to keep in mind the life cycle of a product. You are a retail boutique business, so the things that were popular 2 months ago or last season aren't going to be popular this season, and that's not to discourage you from trying to sell it, because you absolutely can do that, but just remember that when you order something 90 days later, it shouldn't be in your boutique anymore. So at a very, very maximum, you should have something for 90 days. Ideally 30 to 60 is when you should sell it at full price, because you want full profit. All of us do. So just keep in mind that life cycle when you're ordering something, and try to sell it within that period of time so that you are having an ever evolving inventory for people to shop from and keeping it fresh.
The next point that we want to talk about is pay attention to what sells. Really look at what people are buying. And it's kind of funny because just like everything else, it kind of goes in waves. So for whatever reason, sometimes your customers might really be into tank tops, or they might really be into swings, but just really pay attention to what is selling. And then if you think that you can sell that same print, go ahead and reorder it again. Otherwise, if you know that your customers are loving swings, for example, if you've already done a print, maybe don't do that print again unless you have a lot of people asking for that exact same print. But if they're liking that style, then do another print. Or another, like if your group is loving florals, then make sure that you always have those in stock. If they're not loving florals, even if you love the new print that's coming out, if it's a floral and you know that your group doesn't buy it, then don't get it. Get one for yourself, but then I would skip it for your whole group.
Well, and even colors, like, and it's so hard to keep track of that, especially if you have a higher volume of sales, to say, well, you know what, they like florals with a darker background, but not with a lighter background. Or for us, red doesn't sell. We can't sell red to save our lives. And other reps sell it like crazy.
Yeah.
For us, leggings don't sell. So guess what? We're not carrying them anymore. So paying attention to what sells is so important. And then don't be afraid not to order what doesn't sell, even if it's gorgeous. Because the cool thing about having so many things to order from is that you don't have to carry the same things as other people.
I don't know anybody who would be able to carry everything. So, and that's another, just as you guys know, that's a fabulous piece to Agnes and Dora, is that you can customize your inventory to your group. People who live in Florida dress very differently than those of us who live in the tundra. But just really pay attention to what your group buys and purchase your inventory accordingly.
So Sarah mentioned if a certain print is sold out, one of the things that's really easy to do is, oh my gosh, everybody bought it, it sold out so fast, so I'm going to reorder it. And then it doesn't sell. This has happened to us numerous times where like everybody loves the stars, we're going to reorder an entire selection, and then they sit there for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months. So just be careful, like Sarah said, make sure that your group actually wants it. Now with black, we will reorder. We will always reorder black. We have a full selection of black in every single item most of the time. But that's because our group loves black, and we know that, and we pay attention to what sells. Even if it goes like hotcakes, like the purple pixie pants went like hotcakes in our group, they wouldn't sell again if we reordered them, so we won't.
Right.
So just pay attention to that.
So our next point is be realistic with what you can handle as far as your inventory size. So if you have an entire basement that you can devote to a boutique, if you have the space and the money and you feel like you can handle 1,500 or 2,000 pieces, then go for it.
We can't.
We can't, that's for sure. But if you are in a 2-bedroom apartment and you have literally one closet to devote to the supplies and the inventory and things like that, then just be realistic with what you can handle and what you have the space for. You can be successful no matter what size inventory you have, but you don't want to get to the place where you are just completely overwhelmed and you're not enjoying it anymore.
Right. And either physically overwhelmed, or you're overwhelmed with space, or you're overwhelmed with what you can do. Because right now, so we're a team and it's fabulous and wonderful, and I could not do it by myself. I have an enormous amount of respect for all of you ladies that do it alone. So we're fortunate in that way, but Sarah does all the invoicing, shipping, everything. Like she does all of that. So it's really important that I keep in mind what she is capable of and what's realistic for her without taking away from all of her family time. And even with the volume that we carry, which is about 900 to 1,000 pieces right now, and that's a lot, and it's a lot of work for her. Like she said, if you can carry 1,500 pieces and you can ship out 70 orders a week, go for it. But if you can only carry 200 pieces and that's what you have space for and that's what you have time for, then only do that.
And start small. You can always add more inventory, but it's a lot harder to try and get rid of inventory versus starting small and then being able to add to it later.
And don't feel, like Sarah said, don't feel like you can't be successful without a large inventory. We are not other companies. This is Agnes and Dora, you guys. You have so much more freedom and so much more opportunity than you do with other companies where you don't have to carry that much inventory to still be successful.
And everything is beautiful, so you're not fighting the ugly battle.
70% doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our last point in regards to inventory management is to just pay attention to how your customers shop. So do people buy one piece at a time? Do they buy outfits? Do they buy pants and a top? Do they buy a top and a sweater? Are people constantly messaging you and saying, hey, does this asymmetrical tunic match the Dusty Rose jeggings and things like that? So if people are constantly asking you, does this match this? Maybe you should sell in outfits. Maybe you should put together flat lays or put together outfits yourself, take pictures of them, put things together so that people know for sure that they can confidently buy these 2 pieces and they're going to match. So just once you figure out how your customers shop, then just plan accordingly, order for the way that they shop, and then just keep it simple.
Next, we want to talk to you a little bit about ordering, and they kind of go hand in hand, and that's why we did them together. So the first thing is use the style guides, plan ahead.
They're such great
We are
resources.
so thankful that they have started to do
Yes.
this for us, and it really helps you to plan your month. You can know what's going to come out and what prints are going to come out, and you can really plan. And I know that was the intention that they had for us, being able to order things that coordinate with each other. And this is just one of those things that is going to make it even easier for you. If you're not already using them, sit down the day they come out, sit down with the guide, look through it, decide what's going to sell. If something is similar to another item you've had in the past, whether it be color, print, style, fabric, whatever it is, think about, when I ordered this last time, what did I order? What sold? What didn't sell? What did I think was going to sell that didn't sell? And then plan it out. And when they release the items that are launching, that launch, and they have showed you in the style guide that it's coming in 4 colors, and during this launch it's only coming in 2 colors, then you know 2 weeks in advance that that item is coming in those other 2 colors next time. So even though it's exciting that they have these 2 new colors now, do you really want these 2 new colors, or do you want one of these colors and one of the colors from the next launch, or none of these colors and the 2 colors next time? So it just gives you the opportunity to step up your game with planning your inventory ahead of time. So please utilize that really, really useful tool that they've given us.
And they're so beautiful. Gosh,
Seriously.
they're so fun to look at. The next thing is to order one set of something just to try it out.
Yes.
So again, when things come out, it's really exciting and super fun. And I know, we have to hold ourselves back because we want to just keep ordering all the new stuff. But before we do that, we will usually order one run. Again, like Esther was just talking about with the colors. If we know that a brand new style comes in 2 colors and our customers are going to like both of those colors, then we will alternate sizes so that we get 4 of each color. But we usually just do one run of a new style just to see how people like it. If they love them, we can always order more or ask around if other people are trying to get rid of them. Maybe their group doesn't love them and our group is going crazy for them. Just keep that in mind when you're ordering. Just because it's brand new doesn't mean you need to order 3 full runs of it. Just give it a try or order one for yourself. See if you like it. You can talk about it, talk about the fit, the size, the cut,
Yes.
the print, things like that, and then you can order more.
Exactly.
So don't feel like you're going to miss out if you don't always have every single new thing that's coming out.
And along that same line, even with items that aren't brand new. So for example, the colo dress.
Yeah.
We love the colo dress, okay? But when it first came out, we were like, ugh, I don't know if we were gonna like that. We're not gonna order it. So we didn't order it. I think it was 3 or 4 months after it came out. And we kind of thought, let's try something else that's new that we don't have right now. What should we order? And we're like, well, let's try the colo dress. So we ordered one set of black. Oh my gosh. A, we fell in love with them and we didn't even think we were going to like them.
Yeah.
B, our customers fell in love with them and we're like, excuse me, where have these been all my life? We need more. So now we carry the colo in all sorts of different colors. But then there have been other things that we've ordered a lot of that have just flopped. Not because they're not beautiful or amazing or stunning, but just because our customers didn't like them. So like Sarah said, don't feel like just because it's new, you have to have it. It is okay to wait, just order one and see how it goes, because you might get the opposite response than you're expecting. What Sarah always says to me, and she needs to keep me grounded because I'm very impulsive, I like to have things right now, and she always says, Esther, there will always be more beautiful things, always be more beautiful prints. There will be more. We don't have to order all of these right now. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering. Sarah mentioned in the previous point about alternating sizes. This is something that we do a lot. We encourage our team to do this a lot, and it tends to work out very, very well. She mentioned that if we like 2 colors but only one set is in our budget, we will just alternate the sizes. And we do this honestly all the time. And it's not just 2, sometimes it's
Just
3 or 4
about
different
every
prints.
launch we do this.
We do. And sometimes it's 3 or 4 different prints. And you know what? we don't know how it's going to sell. Or we love that style, but there are other things we want to buy too. Or this is our budget and we're going to stick to it. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I'm very passionate about that. But it is okay to order a full set in different prints. You don't have to have 8 black and 8 red and 8 yellow. You can have 8 black, red, and yellow mixed together. Because then if your customer group does not like yellow, you only have 2 of them to sell. You don't have 8 of them to sell. And it gives you a great opportunity to test the waters without going over your budget and see what your group loves. And then if they love the red, then you can reorder or you can find them for them. But it's better to do that than to have 8 of them that you can't sell at all.
Right. Another great way to know what you should order is to poll your customer group. We do this sometimes too.
Yep.
If we're unsure of what our group is going to like, then we put up a picture and say, hey guys, we're thinking about ordering this. Is this something that you would love? And we plan accordingly. If they are freaking out about it, oh my gosh, sign me up, I can't wait to get mine, then we know that we should go ahead and order that. And if nobody says anything, or if people are like, I'd rather have something else, then we know not to waste our money on it. So use your customers to know whether or not you should buy something. Don't be afraid to ask them. You don't want to have inventory that you can't move. So along that same lines, another thing that we do that has worked really, really well for us is that we will do special orders all the time for our customers. So for example, when the asymmetric tunic came out, our group absolutely flipped out, like went bananas for these tops. We could not keep them in stock. So finally, we just posted them on our group and said, okay guys, here's what's available. Comment below if you want us to order one for you. I think, I don't even know how many we...
Probably 25 or 30.
At least.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody went bananas for them. And so it was so great for us because then people got to pick out exactly what they wanted. We knew that we had money in the bank. And then it's so fun for us to say, here you go, Esther. Here's the top that you got to special order exactly what you wanted in your size, and it's coming to your door.
That's something that a lot of companies can't do.
Right.
And so take advantage of the fact that you can order whatever you want and pass that along to your customers because maybe they don't want what you have in your store right now, but they want you to order something for them or they want it in a different print or a different size. And then you know when that order comes, there is money in your pocket. Right. And just a note about that, we always say in the post that custom orders are non-refundable, non-returnable because oftentimes it's something we don't even carry or we don't carry that print or whatever. So our customers do know that if we custom order it, they have to buy it. Of course, we don't invoice before the item arrives. And that is a rule. That is something that they tell us not to do. So just if you didn't know that, keep that in mind.
This is something that we are constantly telling our customers. Every time we do a live video, we remind them. Sometimes we do posts on it. When they're here in person, people will say all the time, oh, I really love these, but you don't have it in my size. You know what? We can order that for you.
And if you want one of 19 other prints, here are the choices.
Right. So we will just whip out our laptop and show people exactly what's available to order, and they love it.
They do.
And it's money in the bank.
I know that we touched on this one a little bit already, but I just want to kind of take it from the ordering side versus the inventory side. So we talked about ordering with what you have in your inventory in mind. A lot of times we get asked, you know, how do I know what to order? Or how do I order on a budget? How do I know what's going to sell and what if it doesn't? And one of the solutions that we offered is order things that coordinate with items you already have. So if in your inventory you have 10 pink Forever Cardies, order a top that's going to coordinate with those Cardies so that when it comes, you can put it together, take a flat lay or a picture of yourself wearing it and sell it as an outfit. So if you are having a hard time moving an item, order a coordinating item because oftentimes people just need to see what it's going to look like as an outfit or how they can pair it with something in their current closet. Even if they don't buy the new thing that you ordered, but they buy the old one that you were having trouble moving, you're still winning because you really want somebody to see the value in the pieces you already have. And then along with that, And this is kind of like a new level and it takes a lot of planning. But if you have 3 let's use the Cardi example. You have 3 pink Cardis and they're an extra small, a medium, and a 2X. Order an extra small, a medium, and a 2X top. Actually order specific items to go with what you have. If you have 1 left of a cardigan, order a top to match just that one in that size, because the chances of you moving it, if it's paired together and people can see the value in that piece instead of it's just a gray cardi, but they can see how it can look beautiful with their current items and the top that you happen to pair it with, they're going to be much more likely to purchase it.
Another thing to keep in mind when ordering is to take your time. It's not a sprint, guys. You don't have to rush through. On launch days, just like all the rest of you, we fill our cart as fast as we possibly can, and then we pause. We don't purchase everything in our cart. We take a minute and we pause. We actually take an hour or an hour and a half, and we pause and we think through things. And just like the point that Esther just talked about, we think, okay, for example, this asymmetrical tunic, because I'm wearing it. Okay, we have 8 of them in our cart. What do we already have that can go with it? Or what is something else that we can order that will match it?
Right.
Think through those kind of things while you're ordering, and not after the fact like, oh crap, I have this random top and this and this and this, and now you don't know what to do with it all because it's just this hodgepodge of things. So if you take your time, even ahead of time, use that window of 2 hours before a launch goes live, look at it, look at your current inventory. That's what we were talking about before. If you can't physically look at it, if you're at work or something, then just go on your party site and take a look at what you have, and then you'll think, oh, that's right, I have that set of forever cardis like Esther was just talking about. What do I have that I can order in today's launch to go with that to try and move it? So you do not have to rush through it as fast as possible. Just take your time.
Along with what Sarah was just saying, make sure that you also keep in mind sizes. If a new Joplin comes out and you love it and your group is going to love it and you know you want to order it, and you look at your inventory, and we do this all the time, and you see that you have 8 medium Joplins already, don't order medium. It's okay to only order specific sizes. And if somebody specially requests it, you can find it for them, but don't overdo it just because you want a full run in something, or you're worried that somebody is going to need something that you don't have, because you can always find it for them, and it's always better to buy less than you need versus more than what you need.
Yep. And to piggyback off of that, if your customer group is extra large through 3X, you don't need an extra small.
Yep.
Again, you don't have to have a quote full run of something to have a well-rounded inventory.
And you don't have to worry that the one person who's a size 00 in your group is going to be offended if you didn't order it for them, because they can ask you for it.
Exactly. So we know that our group, we have very few customers who are extra small and extra small. So we don't order very many of those.
Right.
We do try and keep a few in stock for those customers. But if you're not going to sell them, then it's just money sitting on the rack that you could have spent on the sizes that your customers will purchase.
Most of our customers are medium, large, and extra large, and 2X. And so if we are ordering a full run of 8 sizes of something, we will order 2 in those sizes, especially if it's black, which leads into our next point.
Yep. When in doubt, always order black.
Yes.
If you're unsure of the print or you can't get the new print, that's okay. Always order black. Black is always a safe bet. People are always going to want it,
if you're trying something out for the first time, order it in black.
Deep pocket tunic, holy crap. That is one freaking amazing top.
We saw it and we were like,
well, we'll try it. And
we'll just get black.
4, and we ordered black.
And
now we're so sad that we didn't give it for ourselves.
We're like, no, we don't have one. We sold them.
That is a freaking amazing top. So in that example, we only got the sizes that our customers are, and we got it in black. Bam, gone.
Yep. And now we know they like it, so now we can order more, and we know that it's in our budget, and we know that it will sell.
So when in doubt, always order black or order it in black.
Right, exactly. So the last point is stay within your budget.
Yes.
Don't listen to any rep or any leader or anybody who tells you, just put it on a credit card, you'll pay it off later. Just buy it. It's only $100 more. You guys, listen, you will kick yourself.
Yep.
And if in 3 months your family changes, you get pregnant, your husband loses his job, something happens in your life and you decide, you know what, this really isn't for me anymore, which is okay because that happens sometimes. You don't want to be stuck with a $10,000 credit card bill.
Right.
Or even a $1,000 credit card bill.
Right. Because that is taking money away from what you could be bringing home.
Right.
Then you're not able to pay yourself because you're paying that stupid credit card bill that's hanging over your head.
Yes.
Don't cheat yourself.
Yes. So order what you can afford and don't feel like it's not enough. If your budget is $100, spend $100. You guys, I cannot stress this to you enough. Don't feel like it's not good enough. Don't feel like you're inadequate. Don't feel like you're not going to have as much as everyone else, so you're not going to be successful. You can be successful on whatever budget it is. If you have no budget for this launch, that's okay.
Sit it out.
Yes. You can still be successful. Play up all of the pieces that you currently have. If you have a very small budget, make sure that those pieces coordinate with what you do already have and stay within your budget. It is so easy to look at those new things and think, oh my gosh, I want that so bad. And if you can only afford one for yourself, buy it for yourself, girl, because you deserve it.
Yep.
But like Sarah said, there's always more. Next launch in 2 weeks or a month, when you have sold a few more things and your budget's a little bit bigger, there will be more beautiful things. You're not going to miss out by not getting this one beautiful thing that Agnes and Dora has. Let's be real. Everything is beautiful. So it is okay if you can't afford it. And if your budget is $5,000, great.
Rock on,
Don't
girl.
spend $6,000.
Right.
Seriously. It's
Or spend $3,000.
Yeah,
It's
or
okay.
spend under your budget, right?
Right.
Because again, there's going to be new stuff that you're going to want.
Right.
So just don't let anyone pressure you, including your subconscious, to spend more money than you really have, because you will regret it.
Yeah. Don't have FOMO.
No.
You're not missing out. As we've said multiple times, there's always more beautiful things a week to 2 weeks away.
Yes. So hopefully this video was helpful and you found some valuable information in it. If you guys have any questions, even if you're not on our team, you can absolutely reach out to us. We would love to hear from you.
Always.
Yes. We will put our email address below if you do want to reach out with any questions, comments, concerns, or you can leave a comment in the box below as well. So thank you guys for checking us out.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos.
We hope you feel as beautiful as you look. Bye.
Bye.